Yes. So, hello everybody, and welcome to another talk of the Kurdistan Times. And this time is very urgent, and it's in English. And I'm hosting a very well-known journalist right now in Kurdistan, Zack Kopplin, who's working as an investigative journalist for the American Accountability
Yeah, the
Project.
Government Accountability Project.
Yeah, and he's also he recently published a huge article, a huge investigative article about a huge corruption of the Kurdistan region, officially specifically about the Barzani family, and more particularly about the Kurdistan Prime Minister Masroor Barzani, who has bought a house in the United States for about $12 million. So afterwards, the KRG, the Kurdistan regional government, Masroor Barzani's office, they have issued a statement instead of saying, okay, we will go to the court, we will file a lawsuit against Zack Kopplin for writing, for a fake news or fabricating some documents against the Barzani family and the Kurdistan regional government. They have tried to, very cheaply accusing him and a very honorable, very proud, great Kurdish activist in the United States to have a relationship with an affair with them, and that she has given the documents. So now I have invited Zack Kopplin so as to elaborate, and also he will discuss and he will tell us how he has got all the documents, and maybe he will elaborate a bit more about the report. Here you are.
Yeah. Hey, and thank you for having me. And so first off, everything the Prime Minister said is untrue, obviously. And it's just an attempt to distract from the fact that he's engaged in corruption. But what I think is really important is that this report that I wrote is not actually about me. The documents do speak for themselves. And so anyone can go look them up. It's not just me. I just happen to be the one who found them and wrote about them. But any person with a computer can go on American government websites and find them. So what I want to do is I'll share my screen and show everyone how to find the documents themselves. So let's start with, I'm going to go to, I'm going to go show the government website for Florida companies. It's called Sunbiz. And so this is a Florida government website I'm showing you right now. And if we search, we go find the search records. So you click in the top corner right here, you click search records. So again, this is, and you can see Division of Corporations, official state of Florida website. And Florida is a US state. So this is American government website. And you can search the companies by name. So what I'm going to do, the name of the Barzani company is called 983 Washington, which you can see I've searched a lot before. And what we find is there are 3 companies with this name. 2 are inactive, 1 is active. Anyway, so let's click on the one that's still active. And sometimes this website breaks a little bit, but hopefully it opens well while we're on this call. So this page is opening. What this is it basically is a document showing the formation of a company in the state of Florida. And this is US government. This was filed by lawyers, and it will even say on the document somewhere that if it's faked, that's a felony in the United States. So this is a very real document. And they're making this company called 983 Washington SB. And when you look whose name is on this at first, it says Muksi Barzani, the Prime Minister's brother, and everyone can see it right there for themselves. That I'm on the internet right now looking at this website. This is not a document I made. I'm taking it off the internet, off a US government website. So this is a company that exists. They did not mean to put their names on this website. So what you can see is quickly after it was formed, they took Muksi's name off and replaced it with his lawyer. Which is what's happening right here in the next document in the file. Let me go down. So you can see this is changes the person. They're removing his name from it, and they're putting the name of the lawyer. But you can see what it does is he's listed as member, which is code for owner in American legal documents. The lawyer is listed as authorized person. That is not owner. That is just the name doing business. So this is just it's a smoke screen to remove the name of the real owner and put the name of a lawyer who they hire to be the fake owner to do their business for them. You see a similar thing with the next companies under their name. And so this one, again, has the exact same name. It's essentially, it's the same company as the one that Muxi's name is on. Just for some reason, there's two different filings. But this one has Masroor Barzani's name on it directly. And so we go down. So again, forms this 983 Washington SB, same thing. And it has, right, where is it? Let me see. So then it has, again, owner, that means owner, Masroor Barzani. And then it has the law firm whose name was put on it right there. It's the same thing. They say he owns this company. And then again, the next time they realized, clearly what happened is they did not realize they made these names public and they pulled them off. So they got rid of this. Let me see if this is the one that removes his name, which is, again, more evidence of a cover-up. It's not this document, it's the next one. This one. So basically, if you have to quickly remove his name after making the documents, it's because they're trying to hide something. And so what you see on this one, again, they remove his name. They say they're removing him, and he actually signs it personally. Again, this is not something I created. This is from a US government website where I found this. I am on the US government website right now. Anyone can follow my steps and see this is an official document from the US, the Florida Corporate Registry. I did not make this. And you can see the prime minister, he signed it. And the same thing, he digitally signed the next one. This one is a management company that's supposed to manage this, this business they have. And again, Masroor Barzani's name is on this one too. Let's get down to it. Right here, again, he is the authorized member, which owner of this company that's associated with the other companies that have the same name. So we've got 3 connected companies with the name of the prime minister and the name of his brother on them and the prime minister's signature. And we found, again, anyone, you don't have to trust me. You can recreate what I've just done. Anyone can recreate this.
Absolutely.
And so what does this mean, right? So let's go translate this into the actual money. So I'm going to open up, this is the website, and everyone, again, can copy it, miamidade.gov. It's a US government, it's a city website for the city of Miami. And so we're going to look up what this property is. So 983 Washington, because that was the name of the business. And so I've searched the property 983 Washington. And what we can see is that this owner is 983 Washington SB. That's the exact same company that we just saw has Masroor Barzani's name on it and the name of his brother. So we've made a connection from US government websites that Masroor Barzani made companies to own this property. And it was purchased. You can look at the dates. It was purchased. This building was purchased while Masroor Barzani's name was on those companies before they even managed to take them off. And it hasn't been sold again. And we can see this. Let's look. So purchased, this is the sales information. The last time it was purchased was in February 15th, 2019 for $18,315,000 US dollars. And that was the last time it was purchased by Masroor Barzani's company. So they say whatever they want, right? But fundamentally, this is they're not picking, they can accuse me of whatever. They're picking a fight with the US government websites. The US government websites where they file documents say they own this $18 million property. That's their own fault. And so I urge everyone, you can see the website addresses. It's miamidade.gov, property search, and Sunbiz, or there's the corporation records. And you can recreate what I just did for yourself and see for yourself. And that's basically what investigative journalism is finding, just looking on these websites and looking for little documents that have people's names. And to actually also, just in case anyone's curious, to explain why I even knew to look for this. I wasn't tipped off by anyone. It's always good when people tip me off. I appreciate that. But I just got very lucky. I was using a tool called Sayari, which is a corporate investigations tool. And I just decided to search to see what had Masroor Barzani's name in that tool. And it came up with an archive of of the corporation, and that caused me to go check out what it was. I just happened to be searching his name. That was how I found this. But it wasn't. I was not tipped off on this one. If anyone's just curious about the process.
I think you clarified everything, and now they know you. You are very much well known. You have a verified Twitter, and your name is on the report. The organization is very much well known in the US. They have, I think, 40 years of experience in documenting and also investigating. So they also have, now they have a house in the United States. They also have a, representative in DC. At the same time, they have a lot of money, and they can go and file a lawsuit against you. Would you like them to to file a lawsuit against you in the United States? And I think the United States is not like the Kurdistan region where the judiciary are completely controlled by the political families. It's completely independent.
They would find it much harder to do that because, again, they're not fighting with me. They're if they want to file a lawsuit, they should file a lawsuit against the government of Florida and say the government of Florida is fake. Because again, that's really who their fight is. And the thing is, I asked their lawyer, and their lawyer, because their lawyer said the documents were fake. I'm like, well, why didn't you report this to the FBI? If this is fake, this is a crime. Why aren't you calling the FBI? They're not calling the FBI because they own this company. The FBI is actually pretty interested in this, I think, not because it's fake, but because they're curious. I've heard from sources that the Barzani's business deals are under federal investigation involving military contractors. So if this is all fake, they should maybe talk to they should be talking to the authorities. That's the first step. They should be talking to the government of Florida saying, why is this fake information? Why are you saying this is real? They didn't do any of that, and they won't do any of that because they don't want to give up their $18 million. They can't say that's a fake company, we don't own it, because that means giving up their building in Miami. So they'll never fight with the government of Florida, which is why they'll try and say things about me instead. It's also, I think, mentioning just so people understand, because Masroor Barzani, I think, feels targeted right now. I read a thing about exposing secret wealth and his corruption. This isn't, for me, Masroor Barzani is one of many bad people I write about. I've written about the corruption of Nouri al-Maliki. I've written about the corruption of Haider al-Abadi. I've written about the corruption of Ashraf Ghani in Afghanistan. I published an article in April exposing how Ashraf Ghani's brother had secretly received special deals from the government with an American military contractor that the old Afghan president had signed off on. So again, this is my fight is with corrupt dictators, people who steal money from their people, who abuse their people.
Absolutely.
It's not. I don't have a specific. I don't have a ideological fight beyond. I am with the people who deserve better than to be robbed, and that's where I stand.
So absolutely, people are also with you, and the entire Kurdish community now, they are so happy that, for the first time, the signature of one of the corrupt leaders of Kurdistan region is on a document, and an official document. They can no longer claim that they are not corrupt. Before they would be, because they have offshores. In Panama Papers we found, in Paradise Papers we have found how Ster Group of Masroor Barzani, they have registered over there. But they always claim that they don't have anything, they don't have anything because they have other people behind. But now that this document was revealed, I thank you so much. And thanks so much for your investigation. And thanks for your integrity and also your fight for justice and equality.
One more point, actually.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing? Because you made a point that I think is also very important. They always say their name is not. The only reason, again, it's evidence of money, right? The only reason we found this one is because they hired a very fancy lawyer. I mean, if I wanted to hire this lawyer, I don't think I could ever afford them. It's a big corporate law firm. They hired the corporate law firm to make a secret company so they could do secret business. Their lawyers just made a mistake. I don't exactly understand how or why, but it's a serious mess up. But that's why their name is never on this, because they're always paying. They have so much money they can pay to hide all this stuff. And that's how this works. Like it's a sign of their money, that they can afford to pay these lawyers a lot of money to like help them keep it secret. And it's a shame on these lawyers too. I mean, it's really, really, really wrong of them.
Yeah, so now their statement, I think everyone knows in Kurdistan, their statement is baseless, and it's also it's just putting blame on the others, and they're just finding a scapegoat to claim that they have not done this very huge corruption. And thanks so much for you, Zack, and we will be in touch.
Thank you.
Have a good time.